Hello, everybody. So, you guys think that,
No false doctrine
you
teaching
know,
overload to our
that
channel. Please
a
don't
lot of
attempt to
things in the
preach on
world,
this channel
are
chat.
they going to get better out
If you want
there
to preach, get
or are they
yourself
going to
a
get
channel
worse
and
out
get out
there?
there. Do not,
Now, if you read the
do not
Bible, it is completely the opposite of better.
hush.
You can read the book of
As
Matthew and
for the
Revelation.
scripture, it is exactly what God wants
And
it
where
to
it
be.
describes and what it talks
That
about the
produces a
Great
message.
Tribulation event,
If
go
I
read the
didn't
book of
have that
Matthew.
scripture,
It says that Jesus is going to
I'll
come
ask
back
for it.
after that.
And if you don't like what
Think
I
about
preach
that.
or the way I preach, get out.
Now, if Jesus doesn't come back before the end of
Don't be
tribulation,
disrespectful.
may not
Respect
be nobody
everybody. Be
saved
nice.
because
If you can't, me or one of these
if
blue
you try to
ringing
get
men will
saved,
show you the
it
door
won't
pretty
work.
fast and in a hurry.
If you call on him throughout the tribulation, he will not hear
That's
you.
enough, Gabby.
But the good news is
That's
right
enough.
now is that everybody that when you talk to God in prayer, your words that you tell God about will go to heaven. They will ascend into heaven. And God hears it loud and clear as day, and he will respond to your
Sorry
prayer
to
and
interrupt the
it
message.
comes true.
Any questions?
And that's it. And that's how it works, guys. Get saved before the Great Tribulation happens and before all these other events take
Mm-hmm.
place. Because by then it'll be too late. Or God won't hear you throughout the tribulation. But he will get
Okay,
us
you have
through
something
it. He'll
more,
get
sir, because
everybody
I'm
through
not
it. But
going
I
to
pray
have
to
to
God
hear
that I will not want to be here when that time
hold your
comes.
prayer request until the
A
end.
lot of you may not want to be here when that time comes. But just to let you know, death
Um,
is not the end of
hold your
existence.
question,
Because
not a question, your
there's life after
concern,
that.
and
Everlasting life in heaven if you give your life to Christ. That's all you got to do.
praise report for
Jesus said,
who,
whoever will save
so
his
that we
life
can all
shall
join
lose
in
it.
and
That
enjoy
means if you save
the
it in the
prayer
body, you'll
request
lose it in the
yesterday
spirit
so
and go
we
to
can
hell.
pray in one
But
mind
if
and one
you
accord.
but Jesus also said that if you lose your life for
Go
him, you shall
ahead, I'm ready
find
to get
it. That
started.
means if you lose your life in the body and in this life on earth, you will find it in heaven and glory with Jesus in the spirit.
Well, safe
There'll be a
life.
lot more looking forward to if you give your life for Christ in the spirit. There's more than one stage of life. You can Google it,
Don't
you can
make
look
too
it
many
up, you can read the
mistakes.
Bible, whatever you want. It's up to you.
God don't love
But
you.
may I remind you guys that Jesus is here. He's real. He's everywhere. And he loves you guys. And he cares about you. Jesus has been there since the beginning of time.
That's the devil,
You remember
sir.
he said, before Abraham was, I am. That means he's been
That's
around
nothing but the
longer
devil.
before Abraham was born. That's what he was saying.
If you ever hear something like that,
So,
that ain't nothing but the devil.
and also, Muslims don't get offended by this, but hear me out. And this is true. Before Muhammad was born, Jesus
Not only
was. That means he's been around
does he still love
even
you,
before Muhammad was born, too. Before I was born, before you were born. Jesus even knew us before we were born, in the
he
middle,
care about you.
and after we were born. Think about that. Jesus is not no ordinary man, for he is superior to the ordinary
He knew
man. He's
there was a pretty good
superior
chance you were
because
going to make
he cast out
sacrifice.
demons out of mankind. He had no medicine. He healed those and
There
cast
you
out
go.
demons. You know,
Sorry, honey.
he was the cure to most medicine anyway. That means he's superior to it. And
He knew
also that,
you were going to make a mistake.
Jesus fed the hungry, clothed the naked, gave water to those who were thirsty, visit those who are in prison. He did all these things. He even told a rich man to go and sell all
Well, he
that he
teaches you
has
anyway.
and give it to the broke, the ones who don't have money, the ones who
I
are
don't
naked,
believe
the
that
ones who
about
have
faith.
nothing, and make
Well,
it into something,
I've
and to
got
give them
scripture for you.
something to eat, to give them something to drink.
Matthew chapter
The
26,
rich man refused, and he
verses
walked away from
33 through
Jesus.
35
The
read,
rich man and his
if you got the
crew
Bible.
walked away from Jesus.
But Peter
And the
answered and
apostles
unto him,
behind Jesus were eyewitnesses to what they saw, what they
Know
heard.
that all men
And
should be
they
offended
they
by
The only one who stood up and said something was the Apostle John. He walked up to Jesus and said, well, the other ones are just standing there and didn't say anything or do anything about it. Because Jesus would have told him, hey, I got this. That the Apostle John asked Jesus, who then could be saved? And Jesus told him, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Basically saying that with man, it would not be possible because man has sin and can't do it. If it wasn't for sin and they were righteous like Jesus was, then it's possible. But with sin, it's not. Basically, he was saying that. But with the Lord, all things are possible. So with God, because he's righteous and powerful and has salvation, we could be saved and that we get a chance in this life to be saved. Just remember what I told you guys, and love you guys, and have a nice night, and be safe out there. What do you think about this?